For INFJs, what to do when others don't believe in you. This sadly is a huge issue for INFJs. So many INFJs, myself included, have gone through the experience of trying to explain to someone else why we have come to a certain decision, and the other person completely and totally doesn't get it. INFJs are known for strong intuition. This is one of our biggest traits, and we often use this intuition to make our life choices. Now, this part makes sense. The intuitive part makes sense. What doesn't make sense usually is the sudden part of it. Other people tend to see our life decisions as sudden. From the outside, we look like quiet introverts, but INFJs also tend to take big risks. And these big risks, as I said, can appear sudden to other people and very risky. It's common for INFJs to suddenly quit a job or move far away, move to another country, move to another state, end relationships, or take a big leap towards something in their lives. This is because we've been considering each shift like this for a really long time. A lot of times, though, we don't talk about it. It's an internal process. We've been sifting through information, gathering information, sifting through more information. This is a process that takes quite a bit of time and that we keep private. We usually don't share with people that this is even going on. So sometimes it's hard to communicate it because we're keeping it private, but also sometimes we're not even conscious that we're doing it. We're not fully conscious that we are doing this ourselves. We know that we are going through something and we can feel ourselves shifting inside, but we can't verbalize it. This is a really common issue for INFJs. When we're feeling something very intensely or we're going through a very intense internal shift, it's really hard for us to talk about it. Not because we're afraid to talk about it, but most of the time we actually can't find the words. It's hard for us to verbalize what's going on inside of us, which seems odd because it's so easy for us to listen to other people talk about what's going on inside of them. However, when it comes to our own stuff, it's hard for us to share that. So we will usually make these sudden big shifts in our lives and other people will be caught unaware. We make these sudden big shifts because we are pulled to do so. We actually don't do things on a whim. INFJs don't work like that. We really are slow movers. Like I said, though, a lot of that process, that slow moving process, it's on the inside, it's hidden. So it seems sudden. But we do things because we feel a strong pull. That strong pull comes from an energy match. The higher the percentage of the match, the stronger the pull we feel to do that thing. So examples, a 50% match will feel like a pull, but we also might still feel a bit ambivalent about it. Whereas a 75% match will feel much stronger. We won't be able to stop thinking about doing that thing. Something that's a 100% match, it's irresistible. We are doing it. If we have to cross mountains, if we have to cross oceans, we are doing it. It's a 100% match. A 10% match, in contrast, we might feel not only like we aren't that interested, but even an aversion to it. We have absolutely no interest. We feel like a push away from that thing. So knowingly or unknowingly, this is how INFJs lead their lives and make their life choices based on energy matches. We're always feeling into the percentage of an energy match at any given moment. If we're stuck in overthinking, a lot of times we'll talk ourselves out of it. We'll feel a pull, we'll be conscious of that even, but if we're very afraid and we get into overthinking, we will sort of start making pros and cons lists, and we will focus more on being practical than on listening to our intuition. A lot of times we will talk ourselves out of it. But if we're able to trust our intuition, we will most often follow the matches. Now, this is almost impossible for non-intuitive people to understand. You cannot explain it to them. They don't get it. This is not how they make decisions in their lives. They want proof and evidence. They want the list of pros and cons. All the stuff that we're doing when we're in fear and we're overthinking, non-intuitive people are doing naturally. That's how they navigate reality. That's how they function in the world. So the energy match system doesn't work for them. They can't pick up on the matches. They can't feel into the percentages like we can. And the person also can't see that going on for you because they're not an INFJ. They're not inside your energy field. They're not having your experience. So they can't see that that's what's happening because they cannot read the energy of a match. Now, I want to say here, INFJs can also do this a lot of the time for other people. If you're an INFJ, you might have noticed, oh, I do this for myself, but I can also see if my friend is looking for a new job and they're telling me about different places that they're interviewing, I can see what would be a really good match for them. Or, my friend is dating different people. I can see who would be the best match for my friend, right? So we can feel into the energy matches for others as well. It's not just for ourselves. Non-intuitive people can't do this, not for others, not for themselves, not for anyone. So when we try to describe what is happening to non-intuitive people, it doesn't work. And we end up feeling very frustrated, discouraged, and we can also feel full of self-doubt, especially if we are just on the cusp of making one of these really big life decisions. Like, I'm going to move, I'm going to, move to a foreign country, I'm going to quit my job, I'm going to follow my dream, whatever it is. And then we start trying to explain to someone else why we're doing this, how we can feel an intuition about it, how we just know, and they get very scared. And then they start filling us with self-doubt because they don't understand why we're making this decision. They don't understand the energy match feeling. So the best thing to do, because I get this question all the time from my INFJs, how can I make other people understand me? How can I make other people understand that I am making the right decision for me or understand my decision-making process? The unfortunate answer is that most of the time you can't, and it's best to stop trying to make other people understand. Stop trying to explain yourself to other people. Let it go. Keep using your system. Listen to your intuition. Keep following your energy matches that you know are solid, that you know are high percentages. Let go of the opinions and reactions of others, because almost all of the time it's a waste of energy to try to get them to understand when they never will. If this video resonated with you, please subscribe to my channel. I do lots of videos like this for INFJ personality types, INFP personality types, writers and artists, and other highly sensitive creative beings who also have energetic sensitivity, psychic abilities, or empathic abilities. That's who these videos are for. So if this video resonated with you and you got something out of it, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video. If you have INFJ friends or INFP friends, a lot of us don't, so I understand if you share it with no one. It's pretty common for us to say, I don't know one other INFJ. But please, if you can share the video, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and please subscribe to my newsletter. I send out tons of good stuff on my newsletter. I send frequent newsletters as well, but I teach a lot of classes, I put out a lot of video courses, a lot of book recommendations, interviews, all sorts of stuff on writing, creativity, intuition, all that good stuff. So please subscribe to my newsletter. And thanks so much for tuning in today. I love doing this kind of video for INFJs because there's just so much information that so many INFJs don't know that once you know can really start to change your life. So thanks so much for tuning in, and I will see you next time.